In this session, we will be learning how to connect MC4 connectors to a solar panel using crimping tool. At the end of this session, you will be able to identify what solar photovoltaic or SPV panels are, know what MC4 male and female connectors are, identify what a DC cable and crimping tool are, and perform the steps to connect MC4 connectors to a solar panel using the crimping tool. Through the photovoltaic effect, the solar photovoltaic SPV panels receive energy from the sun in the form of sunlight. The solar energy received is converted to electrical energy. The converted electrical energy from the solar panel is stored in a rechargeable battery through a charge controller during the day. The stored electrical energy can be used to power businesses or homes. The MC4 system consists of a plug and a socket design. The plugs and sockets are inside plastic shells that appear to be the opposite gender. The plug is inside a cylindrical shell that looks like a female conductor but is referred to as male, and the socket is inside a square probe that looks male but is electrically female. The female connector has two plastic fingers that must be pressed toward the central probe slightly to insert into holes in the front of the male connector. When the two are pushed together, the fingers slide down the holes until they reach a notch in the side of the male connector where they pop outward to lock the two together. For a proper seal, MC4s must be used with a cable of the correct diameter. The cable is normally double insulated and UV resistant. Most cables deteriorate if used outdoors without protection from the sunlight. Connectors are typically attached by crimping, though soldering is also possible. The MC4 connector is rated at 20 ampere and 600 volts maximum, depending on the conductor size used. Standards allow 1000 volts versions. A general MC4 connector specification includes the manufacturer name, rated for say 30 amps max, rated for say 1000 volts max, and rated temperature range say -40 degrees Celsius to +90 degrees Celsius. Ensure that the MC4 connectors are not cut off of the solar modules. If cut off, the warranty of most manufacturers become void. Due to the locking mechanism of MC4 connectors, they will not come unplugged and are well suited for outdoor environments. The connectors can be separated, but it requires a special MC4 unlocking tool. In a series connection, the modules are wired together by connecting the positive lead on one module to the negative lead on another module. The male connector will snap directly into the female connector. This increases the voltage of the circuit. The DC cables or solar wires used in this system are made from either copper or aluminium. These materials provide reliable connectivity and has the ability to transfer electricity from solar panels to home. Each wire located inside a 4 mm DC cable works as a conductor, and the cable is comprised of multiple such conductors. The ends of cables can be prepared for termination with lugs by the soldering process or by mechanical means, compression or crimp fitting. In crimp compression fitting, a ring tongue terminal lug is to be compressed to the bayed end of an insulated multi-strand cable. The process is called crimping, and the tool used is called crimping pliers or crimping tool. Compression type connectors apply and maintain pressure by compressing the connector around the conductor. The crimping tool is operated by squeezing the handles. The jaws move together, grip and then crimp the fitting. Using the crimping tool that matches the specific crimp lug will give the correct crimping force for a properly executed crimp. Properly executed crimp will indent the top of the lug and the indentation will hold the conductor securely. If the terminal has too deep a crimp, the strength of the joint is reduced. With too shallow a crimp, the electrical contact has a high resistance. Selection of the correct crimping tool is essential. A properly crimped terminal as shown here. Terminal lug crimping pliers are available in lengths ranging from 180 to 300 mm. Here is the procedure to connect MC4 connectors to a solar panel using the crimping tool. Make sure you have the tools and instruments or equipment required to connect MC4 connectors to a solar panel, such as MC4 connectors, DC cables, wires, tools kit with crimping tool and soldering iron of 25 watts. Caution: DC volt more than 70 volts prove very dangerous. Once solar panels are exposed to sunlight, they start generating DC volt. First, study the pictures to familiarize yourself with the assembly parts of the MC4 connectors. Then, practice connecting the MC4 connectors on the red and black DC cables suitably selected. Practice the extension of the solar panel output wires as per the requirement. Where a panel terminal junction box does not have OEM output cables, select suitable color coded cables and on one end have the MC4 connectors. On another end, solder to the relevant terminals on the panel junction box. We have reached the end of this session on connect MC4 connectors to a solar panel using crimping tool. By now, you should be able to identify what solar photovoltaic or SPV panels are, know what MC4 male and female connectors are, identify what a DC cable and crimping tool are, and perform the steps to connect MC4 connectors to a solar panel using a crimping tool.